Hey guys, so a few announcements before I start with the video. One, we're going by a new schedule now. So from now on, this channel will be posting videos from Tuesday to Thursday each week. So I'll be posting videos on Tuesday from now on. Sam / Adrian, will be posting videos on Wednesday, and Kristen will be posting videos on Thursday. Now, I had posted some things on the Tumblr page and Google Plus page saying that we were getting a fourth mod, and initially we were supposed to be getting one, but they have been unable to post videos and contribute to the channel because of personal reasons. And so, yeah, we may be getting a fourth mod in the future. I know a few people who would be willing to do so, but as of now, it's just us three. So, without that out of the way, the topic that I'm going to be talking about in today's video is not really something that I thought I would have to tell you guys. And it's about some experiences that I myself had in the recent past. And, well, in addition to my dyslexia, I have a condition known as borderline personality disorder. BPD is a cluster B personality disorder, which is characterized by emotional or erratic behavior. It has symptoms like emotional instability, disturbed patterns of thinking, impulsive behavior, and intense but unstable relationships with others. One of the symptoms of this disorder is disassociation, which in psychological terms is like not really connecting with what's around you, like, not associating, I guess. Originally, I thought I didn't have this symptom of the disorder because I'd never really experienced anything like that before, but I was wrong. Tying into that, I go to a public high school that's in the middle of, like, the suburbs / kind of rural. I mean, it's a sort of farm community, I guess. And most people there aren't really, like, educated on things about trans people or non-binary people. I'm currently taking a gym class at this school, and so, as you guys could assume, that means that I have to use the changing room of my assigned gender at birth. And that really isn't the problem for me so much as the things it causes. Like, I mean, I can understand why I'd have to do that. It's completely logical, but what's not logical is the way the teachers act towards me. I tend to really just not tell anyone about the problems in this class. Like, most of the time, or at least from what I've found, it seems that these teachers are the hardest to really understand about it. Like, the old myth and stuff that, like, guys are supposed to be so much, stronger, and girls are, I don't know, too feminine to do any sort of, manual labor. And I can see that in the way that my teacher speaks to me and the rest of the class, and the way that he treats us. Like, I get that there are different standards for the binary genders when it comes to, like, fitness things and stuff, but it still just doesn't really sit right and stuff. And I mean, I really thought I could handle it, like, just do the class, get out, and then it's over with. But after what's probably only been a few weeks of this, I just couldn't really. I hear it from him about maybe 10 times each class. You know, just little things like ladies or atta girl or something like that. And I mean, it's just so difficult to really, like, express that it's a problem, because a lot of times when people do these things, when they are just trying to be polite and they say lady or ma'am or something that is a gendered compliment or title, they're just trying to be nice. They're trying to be polite. They don't understand that it hurts. But that doesn't change the fact that it does. It really is just draining to hear people perceive me as something I'm not, and just knowing that I can't really change that because they're always going to see me one way or the other. And just like that, hearing my birth name all the time because that's what's on all my records, I just got to the point where I didn't know anymore. And that's when I started disassociating. Like, the best way that I can describe it is really that I just didn't know. It felt like I wasn't connected to my identity anymore. I didn't know who I was, what I wanted, just anything. And I mean, on some level, I knew that I knew who I was. I knew my name. I could tell people my name if they asked me, but it didn't feel like it was me. I just couldn't really function very well. And, like, I remember we were doing a paper in that class, and a lot of times on my papers, I'll do like this passive-aggressive thing where I try to subtly hint that I don't like being placed in the category with girls. And so one of the things that I do is sometimes I write down my chosen name, Aiden. And just, like, trying to do that then, I couldn't really put down a name on the paper at all, whether it was that one or any other one, because I just didn't know. Was that who I am? Is that really just, like, I didn't feel like I had an identity at that point. And it was just really frustrating and confusing. Another big part of that was the fact that it brought up a lot of issues that I had been dealing with lately. Like, I've heard of some people who aren't binary trans going on, like, different hormones and stuff to try to get a little more towards one appearance or the other. And I had been vaguely thinking of the idea and just, like, considering the pros and cons. And at the time, I had been sort of leaning towards not doing it, but just, it was some sort of minor issue at the time, just, like, something I didn't really need to think about then. And then, for some reason, during that state of disassociation, that issue and, like, a lot of the other issues, it just came up to the surface. And just thinking, do I want to do this? I mean, like, is this really what I want? These different traits that I'm going to get by it? And even like with the things that I did want from it, like, I don't know, just maybe some stuff with voice and muscle tone or something, even the things that I had considered good about it, I didn't know anymore. I didn't have a clue what I wanted out of anything, and just like, a lot of times I think not knowing can be a good thing. Or not necessarily a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. Like, a lot of times when I was still questioning what I identified as, I was just trying to tell myself, okay, you don't need to know immediately. These things take time, and you can't just give yourself a new label overnight if you don't feel sure of it. And just saying that sometimes it's okay not to know. Because it is, really, but when you think you know something and then it turns out you don't, or when you just don't know really anything, it can be extremely difficult because you don't have an answer to any of the questions that you need, and it's like a roadblock. Luckily, I was in a setting where I was able to quickly get out of that kind of state, because, like, if you're ever in a disassociative state, then one of the best things to do is grounding. It's like just naming different things that you see, hear, feel, and I was around a lot of people who were just bringing me back into reality and out of that mindset where I was just, it was a terrible place to be, and I am extremely grateful for that, but it was still a pretty tough thing to go through. And now at this point, I honestly can't say that I know a lot more than I did then. Like, I still don't know whether I'd be willing to do that or anything like that, but it's, again, more of a minor issue that I haven't really been thinking about a lot. Anyway, sorry that my first video was on such a rough topic, but I also want to say that if any of you guys are in a situation similar to that one, or just like having too many issues with stuff that relates to gender identity, or like if you're questioning and stuff, that me and the other mods are always here to help you guys, and just, we care. On a final note, if you heard any screaming children in the background at any point in this video, I am just gonna apologize for that too. I'm with my dad this weekend, and we live in a community with a lot of small children, and hopefully next week I'll have a lot more of a positive topic or something that, I don't know, is better in some way, and I will see you guys then.